YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. If you're new here or you just haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. It is greatly appreciated. I just want to take the time to say I appreciate all the support. Numbers are going up. It's greatly appreciated, and it's definitely rewarding to see. So again, I appreciate all the support. Without further ado, let's hop into this video. We are here in our Coordinator to Legend series here on College Football 25. We are currently the head coach at Wyoming. If you've been keeping up with this, you already know that. But for the new viewers, that is kind of where we're at. We are in 2027. We're in week 8 in a bye week. So we're going to use this time to kind of look at recruiting and get caught up in the stuff that we are doing here. We only have one commit so far. It is a 3-star D tackle. He is a gem from Colorado Springs. 88 strength, which isn't great, but he was a gem, so we're trying to get those development traits in the building. We lost out on these two 4-star recruits, so we're really just keeping them here to see their development trait. This guy is 99 speed. Tennessee came out of absolutely nowhere and stole him from us, which is a big bummer. But as we're going to go through these, we're going to see that we are in first on a lot of different prospects, including this 5-star run stopper tendency athlete. He is on campus this week. We did pair him here with the right outside linebacker, Robert. So hopefully those two paired together are going to get us commits to not one, but both of these players this week. Alex Chambers, who's a 5-star athlete power back, he is going to be on campus next week. So hopefully with a big win next week, that will get us that commitment. We're way ahead on Tony Lowry. As you can see, if they're 4 stars or 5 stars, we did no scouting. We're just really relying on their star recruiting stars to be really good players. Isaac Hope, we got to really hope that he doesn't commit to either one of those schools after this week so he can get into onto campus after next week or during next week. This right tackle, 4-star, we did scout him. An 89 strength, quick drop, he's winning time, run block is a 71, pass blocks is 77 for agile, which is really solid. So he should be a really solid player. Left guard, we scouted him as well, 92 strength, got second level, he's got 3 gold mental abilities, so he's looking really solid. And then this cornerback with 92 speed, we're really looking to get him moving. He is getting on campus next week, so we just hard sold him and different things starting this week. We're the only one that's offered him, so as much as it was a bummer to lose Puckett and the 99 speed, which would have been insane, we're sitting pretty solid here on these couple of recruits, trying to get some really good talent here at Wyoming. Coming out of the bye week, we got our 5-star run stopper. We also got our 4-star Clay Robert right outside linebacker, and we got another athlete run stopper in Tony Lowry. We did lose Isaac Hope, which is a big bummer. So we'll read and weep as we see these guys' dev trait as we continue to go through. So as you can see on the top right, I have 300 hours to spend. So I'm going to go ahead and add new recruits, and we'll get into the gameplay. We get to hop in here and try to set the tone. On this first quarter drive, we're going to go ahead and hit a quick little drag route, and we're going to go 2nd and 1. I'm going to go ahead and Lolofs gets the ball. He's going to get the first down, and offense is looking pretty solid to start the game here. Diver in the game now here with the 1-2 punch that we kind of got going on here. at Wyoming in the backfield this season. Lelos is a little bit more of the explosive type, but we still need to make sure that we keep him healthy. And Anderson throws it right off the back of his offensive line. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Lelos needs to go ahead and commit. Caden Anderson gets sacked, and we're going to have to punt to start the game. Still in the first quarter here, offenses have not been able to get going here on this rainy day. We're going to go 3rd and 10 with a little screen. We're going to be dropped short, and they're going to bring us out to go for it here. 4th and 2. No. We want him to go straight up the field. Richards going to be wide open up the seam as they were expecting us to run it. We pick up the first down, get into red zone territory, and we are going to go ahead and hop in here and try to get the first points of the game here, preferably a touchdown. Tight end's not able to finish the block out there, so we are going to get nothing on the jet pass. Brantley's wide open. I just don't trust Caden Anderson to make the throw. They know we're running it. Lelos is struggling to get going here in the early going of this game. Need Lelos to stay in here. Gonna hit our tight end. It's not going to be nearly enough. It's going to be 4th and 3. We're just going to take the points here, as points have been super hard to come by. So we're just going to go ahead and take the points. 3-0, Wyoming over Fresno State. Defense is continuing to play super well. Offense just needs to kick it into gear here a little bit. Still 3-0, coming up on the 2-minute timeout. We're going to go ahead and get it to Lelos, pick up the first down, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout after picking up that first down. Offense goes ahead and gets a big chunk play to get us down inside the 15-yard line. We're going to go right back to a screen here, and our right guard just decides not to block 0. Otherwise, that might have been a touchdown. But we're going to be able to waste some time here. We're going to go to an RPO. We're just going to hand this off to Lelos. He's going to power his way to 3rd and inches. I really should have put Chew Clock on, but I didn't. We're going to throw it to Lelos. He's going to make the catch. We're going to go ahead and put Chew Clock on to ensure they don't have any time to come back with the ball here. We do have all 3 timeouts, so we don't really have to worry about not having enough time. If we get stopped, which we don't, touchdown, Cowboys. 10-0 lead going into halftime. Defense gets the stop to start the second half. And the offense is in prime position to score. We are just finding 0 running room for Lelos today. We're gonna go back to him. There we go. We find a little bit of room. 7 yards, 9 carries for only 21 yards for Lelos, which is not where we want to be average-wise. Just throw it in the little gap in the zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's going to get us to the blowout victory as long as our defense continues to do their job, which they have been so far. We're going to go ahead and Chew Clock here. Hopefully pick up the first down here on this play. Actually, we're going to let it get to the 4th quarter. We're really trying to play for this blowout win for the recruit we have on campus. 17-0 moving into the 4th quarter here at home on a rainy day in Wyoming. Lelos doesn't have the explosion, but does pick up the first down. We get back into the red zone. here, see if we can really punch this one in and kind of give them the right hook, if you will, to finish out this game. MacGyver picks up 4. Again, just not a whole lot of space to work with. Fresno State's front has done a really, really good job, and their linebackers have flowed well to the ball. Lelos going to use his speed. Not touched. Gets in the end zone again. Touchdown. Wyoming. Defense gives up a huge play. Just a one play timeout. I did not get to onside kick like I wanted to. There's 5 minutes left, but they are desperate in the fact that they are going for the onside kick already. See if EA doesn't mess up the clock in this situation, which looks like they're kind of on their way to do so. The nice thing to remember is we're up 18, so we are still in the process of having that blowout victory that we need for the recruit to get the most out of their visit. On the run, Anderson makes the pass. What a catch by Brantley, and we are in a really good position now in the red zone to really run this down. I was really nervous throwing that on the run because, as we are aware, Caden Anderson is not the most mobile and not the most accurate when he is on the move. Lelos is up to 52 yards now, which, again, not great by any means, but much better than what we were working with before. They're not even going to use their timeouts. We're just going to be able to run this down here. Try to get him over 100 yards would be ideal, but that's probably not going to happen in this case as we lose yardage. Again, just no room really today. Offensive line needs to get their stuff together after this week, because this is probably the worst front we're going to see, and we can't run on them. So that is going to be the game. I might kick the field goal to make it look a little better at 27-6. All right, we kicked the field goal 27-6. We'll take a quick peek at the stats here, and probably nothing really jumping off the page for us. 217, 1 touchdown for Caden Anderson. Rushing 18 for 50, only 2.7 yards per carry for Lelos. However, MacGyver 7 for 42, 6 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns for Lelos. Receiving wise, spread it out pretty well. 5 for Brantley for 78, 4 for 54 for Richards, 1 touchdown by Putznier. Not anything jumping off the page really. Defensively, Vanover 7 total tackles. The next person with 3. That's insane. No sacks, no interceptions, so probably no turnovers. Just a really solid showing by our defense with only 1 person really making tackles. That's kind of insane to think about. All right, up to 11th in the nation here at Wyoming. We get the Battle of the Bronze Boot against Colorado State. Had a couple big boosts from last week. However, the 5-star that was in attendance is looking like he is not going to commit to Wyoming, but we'll see how the other schools fare with their visits as they come up with this week, next week, and week 12, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, but we just got to keep taking care of business, and all the chips will fall as they may.
It's an opportunity to keep them backed up there. It's 1st and 10 from the 23.
Defense gets a stop to start. We are going to hop in for the first drive of the game. Nowhere to go for Lelos. That is a very, very familiar thing from last week. We're going to go ahead and throw the screen pass. What a spin by Lelos as he picks up the first down. So great burst from him out of the spin move. It's gonna go ahead to underneath to Richards to get a little bit here. I'm gonna go into a little jet pass to Brantley, see if we can get to the outside. Use the speed a little bit. Probably should have continued to go outside, but too late at this point in time, obviously, right? But 3rd and 1, we're gonna go ahead and MacGyver. First down and much more for MacGyver. 12 on his first carry of the game. He has a superstar. Lelos does not, but Lelos has so much more speed, and the overall difference is very, very minimal. But it might be, just because of the productivity, it might be time to make that change, which is kind of shocking because Lelos was so explosive to begin the year. And our right tackle just gets absolutely destroyed for the sack.
Somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
See if Richard can win deep here. He had a little bit of a step. Don't know if it's going to be enough. It's not going to be, and we are going to stall out and punt on our first drive. Still scoreless here late in the second quarter. We are here at 3rd and 7. We need to get a stop on our defense, and it's going to be wide open. They're going to get down to the 15 inside the red zone, and we are going to have to come up with a stop here late in the first half. Keep them off the board. Keep it a 0-0 game. Turnover would be huge right now. See if they could throw it to us, and they find a seam. There's no way he's in. That better be challenged. Can I challenge that? Let me look at the replay first. Yeah, no thank you. Challenge that.
This first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup. Man, doesn't this feel good?
I win that, of course. Oh my God, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. And we get home, 3rd and 16. They're going to let the clock run, which is totally fine, to be honest. They're going to quick snap it, though. And we're going to get home again. We're going to call a timeout. We're going to let them score the 3 points, and then we're going to go ahead and take the ball. Kicks up. It's good. 3-0 Colorado State. All right, we have the ball. Let's see what we can do here. Can't catch the ball, which is not an ideal way to start. This is kind of a scary thing for a top-ranked team in the nation where we can't score against some pretty porous teams in the Mountain West. So Brantley should have the slot fade. He does. He's going to run away from him, and Brantley's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. We are here in the 3rd quarter. We are trying to keep this drive going. We're not going to be able to. Nothing open. I didn't trust Y going across in a slant, so we're going to go ahead and kick this field goal to make it 10-3. Kick is up. Kick should be good. 10-3, Wyoming here in this rivalry game at home. We're going to go ahead and take the reins again here on 3rd and 9. Keep this. I wanted to go to Stevenson, but I figured they were dropping into his zone, so we went to beat him off the press. We're going to be 1 yard short. they put us in here, we're going to definitely go for this, but we're going to let it get to the fourth quarter first. 10-3 still. Defense is playing lights out against these Mountain West Conference offenses. Our offense can't figure out the other Mountain West defenses, apparently. So, we're going to go ahead and see if Stevenson can win over the top. He's not going to, and I hit the wrong button, but it's going to end up working out for a first down. I tried to hit A, but I accidentally hit B. That could have been absolutely detrimental, but ends up working out. We need to punch this in here, and it looks like Lelos is going to find his way down to the 1. He only has 10 carries. We do not simulate running the ball very much. Lelos in the end zone, 17-3. They're going to go for it on fourth down. We're going to let the computer do that one. This one we're going to get into the action here as they are closer to scoring territory. How did he catch that? So we weren't able to stop them either. They're going to call us back on for a fourth down. 4th and 5 this time.
It's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down.
See if we can generate some pressure. We are going to. Our safety's going to get home, and that's going to be a sack. We should be able to run the clock out, but instead they go ahead and score a touchdown.
Now the offense will try to run out the clock with
EA ran about 30 seconds off the clock, maybe. It's insane the clock management in this game. We're going to go ahead and choose some clock. We're going to get a 2-minute timeout. It's an absolute shame that it is a 17-10 game here. Although I complain about it, I have all the power to hop in and make sure I run the clock, but again, just something that I shouldn't need to do. The game should just know how to do it itself, quite frankly. But as I'm mumbling and grumbling, we get the first down with Lelos, and they're going to use their first timeout. One more timeout ends the game. Lelos puts his foot in the ground and picks up 5 or 6 on first down, and we are in the position to rub it in a little bit, I think. Stevenson's going to go deep. We're actually not going to get that. We're just going to eat it, of course. Yep, just not smart football on my end whatsoever. Are we going to be able to hit Stevenson? We do. We're going to score a touchdown. Way too much time for them, but they end up turning it over, and we win 24-10. The bronze boot is coming to Wyoming. Actually, I think it stays in Wyoming. I'm pretty sure we beat them last year. Only 12 of 20 for 198 and 2 touchdowns for Caden Anderson. On the ground, Lelos again, only 3.5 yards per carry, 14 for 49 and a touchdown. MacGyver, 3 for 12. And that 12 came on 1 carry that we had. So he went 2 other carries for no yards. Receiving wise, Brantley is going to have a big one with that end of the half touchdown, 3 for 81. Stevenson, 3 for 63 in that final 2-minute touchdown that he got. Defensively, we have Herring and Boyles and Bryant all with 7 tackles, 4 for Fasano and 4 for Hayden. A host of tackles for losses. We did get 5 sacks today, which is huge, and we did get an interception from Herring as well. So a great showing by the sophomore middle linebacker today on defense. All right, we are now in the top 10, which is absurd. We are an 86 overall, and that is so high boosted, it's crazy. We traveled to Las Vegas to take on UNLV in Week 11 action. A little change of pace here. Defense is in trouble here early in the first quarter. Trying to get a stop here. And their quarterback's going to step up. Just too much to take care of. Touchdown, Rebels. Offense turns the ball over. Might have been on the kickoff, to be honest. Read option. What a great play by Vaughn. Or sorry, Wilkins. Vaughn. Who did I? Don't know. Don't mind me. All right, this little two running back offset little motion or formation thing. We had it boxed, but we just couldn't bring them down. And they're gonna come back out in it. They're going to go counter to it again. Nope, they're going to run an inside zone for another touchdown. UNLV up early. All right, offense took care of it. We're going to get it to McIver. Our left tackle just decleats a guy. And we do pick up the first down, so we're starting to settle down. And you saw there, Caden Anderson threw an interception. That was the turnover, not on the kickoff. We're going to go right back to the screen. We got to throw it a little sooner than we would want to. We get hung up on our blocker, and we still pick up the first down. Great work by Lelos. Anderson, great job of getting it out quickly because he was under some very big pressure. We need to be able to use our speed to get to the outside of that tackle. They are pressing a lot, so we might be able to use Stevenson here at some point. Their superstar linebacker shoots the gap, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. We're going to hit Lelos, and he's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. We finally answer, see if our defense can step up and make a stop, which they do, but our offense struggles a little bit, so we're going to have to settle for a very long field goal. Do we have the leg to get it there? We do. It is up, and it is good. It is going to be 14-10 Rebels, as we are trying to claw back into this game on the road after a horrendous start with them marching down the field, getting a touchdown, and then we throw a pick where they also score a touchdown off of it. They're going to go underneath, and they're going to pick up the first down. We brought the pressure. We didn't get home, and if we don't get home with our pressure, we're going to get absolutely carved up. They're going to get into the red zone here with just over 2 minutes left. They're going to hand it to the back. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. It's probably going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout.
Line is set on 3rd down.
Well, instead, they're gonna run a play. They're gonna throw a little screen pass. Oh, we didn't get the animation for the tackle. He's gonna weave his way into the inside the 5. Here's that double offset. He's going to catch that. What a catch. Touchdown, Rebels. 2-minute drill. We're going to hop in, see if we can get a scoring drive going here to end the half. We have Richards running free across the middle. He's going to catch it. Only pick up 6, though, on the short little jag route. Can Brantley win deep? That's what we're looking for. He cannot because they're sitting on it. And Caden Anderson's going to fumble the ball. 21-10. They have the opportunity, and I accidentally skipped that. They do get a field goal. It's only a 14-point game. As poorly as we have played, it's only a 14-point game. We got to trust this, and we just don't catch it. Safety played that pretty well. Just one of those, it feels like one of those games Feels like one of those games where nothing really goes right. And again, we're very overrated, and there's no way that should be intercepted. Zero way that should be intercepted. They're going to go score yet another touchdown. And we are reeling here.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some speed.
Dude, you just got nobody's open. Nobody is open. Big field goal. I guess we'll try to kick another 50-plus yard field goal, even though we need touchdowns. And the kick's up, and it should be good again. But that's not what we're looking to do here on the road. This is probably going to put a damper on our Mountain West Championship game hopes as well. Really just dampers the hopes on the whole season. 41-13 right now. Just not a pleasant look. And it was 4th and 29. Good luck. And that is going to do it. UNLV makes an absolute statement. I'm surprised overrated chance. We're not going. Just bad is right. Holy Lord. 17-29, 218, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Running, we didn't even run the football. Defensively, we were terrible. Fasciano had 10 tackles, 8 for Vanover, 6 for Herring, Bryant, and Hayden. Tackles for loss, only 4. No picks, an interception. Just a horrible showing by the whole team. With that, we are going to end this video on that sour note and see if we can bounce back here in the upcoming weeks. We are still in first in the conference, even with that one loss. Looking at who we have left, we have UConn and New Mexico, and New Mexico is one of those one of those teams that also only has 1 loss. So as long as we take care of them, we should be okay for the conference championship to at least get into it. As I'll show you the standings really quick. So Utah State, who we already beat, I believe. So New Mexico is the only one that has 1 loss. So if we beat them, we should be good to go because UConn is a non-conference game. So that's not going to affect that part. But we are going to drop in the standings quite a bit, I would imagine. Just a horrible showing on the road in a 41-13 loss to UNLV. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch the video today. If you've made it this far, please drop a like and leave a comment. I've been looking for comments. I haven't seen a bunch of them. I've been messing with the comment stuff, settings to see if we can get them back open. I don't know why they're not open. So I'm trying to troubleshoot that. So if you can leave a comment, please do so. Just drop whatever you want down there as long as it's a nice comment. It's greatly appreciated, the support, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.